Hello and welcome to the very first ever episode of the ABC podcast. ABC stands for Alex and Brandon Chat. I'm Alex, and right next to me you got Brandon.
Hello, I'm Brandon Park.
Yeah, so in case you guys aren't able to hear, Brandon, that is Brandon's natural voice. Yeah, a few earthquakes every once in a while. But,
That's what happens when you hit puberty a little bit early. I'm sorry, but, it's all good. I'm a skinny Asian guy. That sounds like Darth Vader, but it's all good.
Yeah, so we just wanted to do this podcast because I'm a huge fan of podcasts. I am into all sorts of things, and I just wanted to have an avenue to talk about them. And Brandon's my good friend, and I needed a co-host. And he agreed to do this insanity with me, so we're trying this out. We're going to see how it goes.
Hopefully we can do more of this. I'm excited. I already talk nonsense a lot of time in real life, so I get to share my nonsense with other people. And they're going to hate us for it, but
Probably.
You know what? It's cool. Thanks, Alex.
You're welcome. So I've got big plans for this podcast. Hopefully some of them can work out. But for this first episode here, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of introduce ourselves, tell you a little bit about what we like, what we're into, and then we're going to move into some movie and game topics. Probably have lots of sidetrack tangents, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah, so let's get started. Let's give a little bit of an interview to Alex right here.
Interview style.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Alex.
Okay. Well, my name is Alex.
What's your last name?
Carrejo, Carrejo. My address is I'm just kidding. Yeah. So born and raised in Houston, Texas.
H-Town.
Yeah. 281-713-832. Right? That's a thing.
What?
I don't know. People are like proud of their area code. Never mind.
No.
I don't know. Okay.
You're right. No.
Because I remember one time I think it was a baseball game, and like I saw this guy, and he had a shirt on it that said 713-281-832, and I was like, who cares? I don't know. Anyway, if you're proud of your area code, congratulations. Good for you. Anyway, yeah, so Houston, Texas, born and raised. I'm a big Astros fan. I'm a recent college graduate, working my way in the big, not corporate world. I work for a nonprofit organization. It's all right. Let's see. I have lots of different interests. But mainly my number one hobby is video games. I'm a big gamer foremost. But I also like comic books and movies and podcasts, and I guess that's it. I don't know. I'll read a book every once in a while.
When was the last time you read a book?
The last whole book I read?
Yeah, not for school, like for your own enjoyment.
Man. Probably, I think it was The Legend of Zelda and Theology.
What? That was the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I think you told me about it. And then I called, like, BS on you because I was like, that's not a real thing.
Yep, I have it on my bookshelf. There's also A Legend of Zelda and Philosophy. It has the greatest subtitle ever because it's I Link, therefore I am. Yeah, they got jokes. Let's see, what else about me? Oh, I'm a huge amiibo collector and pop vinyls. Yeah, so shout out to the Toys for Games cast.
I also want to say that that's a very, very big understatement when he said he's a huge fan. He, like, religiously goes after this stuff.
Yeah, it's true. I have a bit of a problem.
Many times he's invited me onto, like, these hunts to go after these things.
And not once has he come with me.
Because every time he asks me, it's like when I work. And all the times, like, when you ask me, it's like I would have to wake up at 6 a.m, which I actually don't have a problem with. It's just getting back in time for work because I have to work.
Well, sadly, now I do too.
Real world stuff.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, I guess that's it for me, so I guess it's your turn now.
Okay. So, as I said in the beginning, my name is Brandon Park. I am currently a junior in college. What else? As you can tell, I have a rather distinct voice, which I got in 7th grade because puberty slam dunked me in RKO. That's it, right? The one that Randy Orton does.
The what?
I don't know, it's a wrestling thing. This was a reference.
Yeah.
Obviously, didn't work out. Anyways.
So fun story. Brandon and I went to the same high school, but we didn't meet each other until college.
Yeah, it's like if, you know, one of us was a girl, this would be like the most romantic story ever. And no, the only reason I knew that he went to the same high school I did is because one day he had a sweatshirt on, or a hoodie, and it had the name of the high school that I went to. And I was like, there's no way he went to the same high school. But see, the thing is, like, back when I knew him, like when I first started at college, I didn't really know him that well. Even though, like, he would sit in the booth in front of me in the cafeteria, and I would never talk because I was just too shy. But I really wanted to because him and his friend would always talk about, like, video games or movies or stuff or comics. And I'm like, I really want to talk to you guys about this, but, like, I really couldn't. And then one day we went on this church retreat. Church retreat for, like, I guess you could call it. It was a retreat for religious stuff because we're Catholic. So then he was in my group. And then I felt like, I feel sorry for this guy because I have to put up with my weirdness. But this is a good time to introduce myself to his weirdness. So, yeah, and after that, at the retreat, we became chums. Yeah, told you it was a romantic story. So after that, where was I going before we went into this?
I have no idea.
We went from my voice. Okay, yeah. So I'm a junior in college. I am a communications major and a theater minor. And I don't really exactly know what I'm doing. I would like to pursue with my degree something in communications and also with my faith. I don't know. Whenever people like usually hear about Catholics, they just think of us like we're really quiet and we like to read a book and like we like to like scold children about everything. And that's not even close to it. So I like to do something dynamic with both my work and my faith. What else can we talk about? Like Alex, I'm a pretty big nerd, except for the Astros part, because I just don't follow sports. I like sports. I have nothing against sports. I just don't follow it. So like actually like I went to my first baseball game actually with him. I tried to sneak in a sandwich because I didn't want to pay for baseball food. What else? So yeah, I'm a big nerd. I love movies, video games, comics, YouTube videos. I religiously follow YouTube. Even though I'm a big nerd, I haven't seen most of the Marvel movies, which I'm still.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we'll come to this later. He's very disappointed in me about that. But basically, any nerd trivia you need, I'm like a walking encyclopedia. So I remember that one time somebody was like debating about the origins of Daredevil, and I was just like there, and I was like, oh yeah, like he was born in Hell's Kitchen, blah blah blah, and like his like enemy is the Kingpin, and they're like, how do you know this? I'm like, it's the one thing I'm good at life. And so yeah, that's just basically a little bit about me.
Speaking of which, Daredevil season 2 drops next week.
Yeah, I heard
about
about
it. Season 1?
No, I was going to do
Brandon,
that. I
what are you doing?
I was rewatching Parks and Recreation.
Okay, all right. That's
so
acceptable.
I was gonna do like this week because as busy I am, like I really need to like get a head start or something. So I'm gonna watch Daredevil, either Daredevil or Jessica Jones. Probably Daredevil though, because isn't Punisher coming out soon?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would say Daredevil first because that one comes out. I don't know when season 2 Jessica Jones comes out, but just announced yesterday though Luke Cage is coming out September sometime. So you definitely have to watch Jessica Jones before that.
Which I was really happy about because it's time Luke Cage got a little bit of attention.
Yeah, I don't
Sweet Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know much about Luke Cage aside from Jessica Jones and what little I've watched of the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon. Or, sorry, Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon.
Oh, yeah, it's Ultimate Spider-Man, that's right.
Yeah. But he seems cool. I'm more excited for the Iron Fist show whenever that comes out.
Which I'm actually really glad. Like, all these, like, smaller characters are finally getting, like, their time to shine.
For sure.
And the things, like, people actually like what they're seeing, so we need to get a whole more.
So, while on the subject, who do you want to see get another Netflix or otherwise miniseries?
Who do I want to see?
Yeah.
Can if I had to pick, and this isn't with anybody who's coming to movies, right?
Anybody, whoever you
Anybody?
want. Yeah.
You know, I would actually want to see a Black Panther miniseries.
Okay.
Because I know
he's
he's
getting a movie.
I know, but it's just like there's so much about Black Panther that is just like his like whole backstory is just amazing, and like he's like definitely one of the best characters in the Marvel universe, and he's
that's a
and
lofty statement.
he's a king of a secret African nation that made Captain America's shield. It's just if I really, really, really wanted, it would definitely be Black Panther. For a little bit more obscure character, I would probably
I don't know. Black
say
Panther's on the more obscure side.
yeah. If I had to say like even more obscure though,
Okay.
probably you know what, I would probably have to say some kind of like Weapon X like thing. Like going like to the Weapon X side of
So like a
X-Men.
Wolverine like prequel
Yeah,
series.
and
Okay.
a good Wolverine prequel.
Ooh, sick burn.
Shots fired. Looking at you, Deadpool. I never actually finished that movie, by the way.
Wait, not Deadpool.
No. Wolverine Origins.
Okay, I was about to say. Okay, yeah, no, I never even watched it. So
Yeah, so like, I've seen bits and pieces, and like maybe because I was younger, I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." But now, like, I'm older, and like, why?
okay, well, let's see. If I was gonna pick someone to get a show, well, I think that Nova or the Nova Corps would be really cool.
That's a good choice.
I wanted the Green Lantern Corps to get a DC TV series, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, at least. Which is weird because they're keeping him out of the Justice League movie, so I would think they would want to get him in the
Yeah,
spotlight.
actually, who's going to come into Justice
Whoa,
League?
we're getting.
I mean, I know,
off
but I'm just saying, it's like I know a lot of people come, but like he's like one of the core members, and it's just like, why does he not
let's
get no
see,
love?
on the poster, I think it was Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash.
And Cyborg, right?
Yeah, I think so. And then
Which I don't know how he became a Justice League member, but that's
Cyborg?
whatever. Yeah. Like I read.
He's a Teen Titan.
Yeah,
And they're like, they had a graduation ceremony.
which is like no, it's just like I'm just used to him being a Teen Titan. I'm used to him saying like "booyah" and all that stuff.
Yeah, in case you guys couldn't tell, we're young.
Yeah.
All that Silver Age nonsense. That's I don't have any nostalgia for that. But I think that's probably most comic book fans at
That's
this
true.
point.
Yeah.
Where were we? Oh yeah, the Nova Corps. I really love Nova and the Nova Corps. I think they're really cool. I brought up Green Lantern because they're basically the same thing.
I know, like Nova kind of got snubbed in Guardians of the Galaxy. I felt.
Yeah, that was weird.
Which-
John C. Reilly, just
Yeah.
like he did a good job, I guess, but
As a character, but
wasn't
like
important.
Yeah, it's like because Nova Corps wasn't like how you see in the comics. They were just
There.
like a police force that rides in ship. They didn't have like any superpowers.
Yeah. So anyway, so I think Nova would be a really cool one. I think that's probably obscure enough to qualify.
What about a Groot prequel? How would you feel about that?
I would watch the crap out of it.
Everything's I am Groot. And, like we just have the subtitles. So it's like what was that movie Apocalypto when like you had to they spoke in like the native languages,
yeah.
but like you had to read the whole thing.
That was a good movie.
It was. Just think of it like
You've
Groot.
seen that movie?
Yeah.
What?
I know, right? Also, because like in my Spanish class, like my teacher decided to show it for some reason, and like we asked why, I was like, this is like ancient, Spanish history. I don't know. We watched it and it's like,
Wait, you mean in high school?
yeah, in high school,
Wait, who was your teacher?
Miss Aliaga.
Did I have her? No, I didn't have her.
She was pretty awesome. So then we saw the whole like heart ritual when they take it out, and it's like he speaks in the tongue. He just like holds in front of people, and then they throw the body off the like temple. It's just it's so cool. It scared the crap out of me when I first saw it, but it was so cool because I love that stuff.
All right.
How did we get into? Oh yeah, the Groot prequel. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point they'll just start running out of ideas, and that'll probably happen.
You shut your damn mouth. Marvel will never run out of things.
I guess I don't know.
Okay, by the time they run out of things, we'll be like 98. So we have a good lifetime ahead of us.
Yeah, well, if we also keep getting as many Spider-Man reboots as everything else, then yeah, they'll never run out.
You think Uncle Ben is gonna die again?
Oh, I don't know. I never thought about it. Man, yes, obviously he's gonna die.
I don't know. I mean, maybe like he's already died before the movie, so we don't have to see that again. It's very heartbreaking.
So how do you feel about another Peter Parker? Why not Miles Morales or Spider-Gwen or someone like that? What's your take?
So my take is, okay, this is gonna sound kind of cheesy, but it's just Peter Parker is so, for lack of a better word, lovable, because everybody loves Peter Parker. They have different views about who he is, but Spider-Man is definitely.
I don't love Peter Parker.
You shut your mouth. This is my turn. So I don't know. He's maybe because he's one of the younger heroes, and everybody can relate to him at some point. And I don't know, just for Spider-Man, he's just one of those quintessential characters, I guess, of nowadays. Do I agree with all the reboots? Not really. I actually, to be honest, I've only seen the original Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire, so just Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. I didn't see Spider-Man 3.
Oh, you lucky man.
With that, I would have heard all the terrible things that happened with Venom and his whole emo phase when he was dancing down the street. So I didn't see that, and I actually have never seen any of the Amazing Spider-Man movies, which I'm really bummed out about because they actually looked, from the previews, pretty good. And I heard Andrew Garfield did a pretty good job. He brought a different take to Spider-Man. He brought more of the sarcastic, I guess, jokester side, and Tobey Maguire brought more of the nerdy, kind of quiet side, the crying faces all the time.
All right, so let me throw this idea at you.
Okay.
Spider-Ham movie.
Spider-Ham? Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Who wouldn't watch that?
I don't know.
Both companies win, Fox and Marvel.
Okay, well, how about this? A Pixar Spider-Ham movie.
Oh, so now we're bringing everybody.
Go for the kid demographic. Disney owns everything at this point, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Our overlords.
You could probably put Jar Jar Binks in there just for fun. I don't know.
Okay, considering the things that people watch nowadays, because I heard they're gonna make a Sharknado 4. Why wouldn't
there's a third one?
Yeah, there's a third one. And apparently the fourth one, Gary Busey is gonna come in. I'm serious. No, I am very serious about this. I saw this yesterday. So if that comes out, if that's allowed to be made, why not a Spider-Man movie?
Okay, well, Sharknado 4, folks, you heard it here. I'm sold on that. Gary Busey. Yeah, I'm always down for a Gary Busey movie. But Spider-Man, that's a perfect segue to the new Civil War trailer. Just came out, what was that, Wednesday? Thursday? It was Thursday, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so Thursday. So, Brandon, most important question. Team Cap or Team Iron Man?
I'm Team Coulson. I'm sorry, I can't pick a side.
Really?
Because I love both sides so much. And
okay,
wait. Have you read the comic series?
No, have you?
Yeah, I've read the comics.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I have.
Unlike you, I like to read
for the next show. Okay, so in the comic books, who do you think is right? Do you think it's Tony or Steve?
You know what? You know what I liked about it is that it's they showed the sides of both of the conflict, and they showed both the pros and the cons of it. Because obviously, Iron Man was pro-registration, Cap was anti-registration, and it makes sense because if you're anti-registration, people are gonna know about your secret identity. But if you're pro-registration, though, if there's because there are so many heroes in the Marvel universe, and the thing that Iron Man brought up was a lot of them don't get proper training. We always see the characters, they always have that training montage, but also a lot of them don't get proper training. A lot of them they're mavericks, so they work on their own accord. And so a lot of times because what happened in the Civil War comic was that there was a reality show going on with superheroes, and it was basically think of Catfish. It's the superhero version of Catfish, and they tracked down these bad guys. And then there was like, oh, it's going great. Like they're getting good shots of like the superheroes winning. And then one of the bad guys had this power where he like could self-destruct.
Mm-hmm.
So he did that. And I forgot.
Wait, you mean like in Iron Man 3?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Wait, so he died?
Yeah, like he killed himself to kill
Seems
everybody
like a
else.
terrible superpower.
Tell that to Voltorb. So basically what happened is like he destroyed like a good chunk of a town, and like there was a lot of deaths, including like I think like a bunch of school buses with kids on it. And then so like it just like it really hit Tony, because you remember he used to be like a weapons manufacturer, and so he would like just recognize everything that came from that. So you see both sides, and like for me what happened is like,
Okay, but you still haven't given me an answer.
I know like what happened was like at like what they ended up like seeing by the end of the comics, like neither side was good enough, because all they did was cause more destruction. They destroyed most of a city.
Okay, but okay.
So for me, that's why I can't choose a side. If I had to choose a side, I'll choose one right now. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, judging from what Mo was, that was Team Iron Man.
Oh, Brandon.
My God, I'm gonna get so much flack.
No, you made the wrong choice, my friend. Yeah, I'm definitely Team Cap. Mostly just because Iron Man 3, garbage movie. That's legitimately the only reason I need.
I haven't seen it.
Of course you haven't. Yeah, so, but it looks really good. I'm definitely hyped for some.
No, it actually does. This looks like probably gonna be one of the best Marvel movies. And I loved Age of Ultron. I don't care what people said. I loved Age of Ultron. I thought that was their best one to date. This one is probably gonna top that. No, this one's definitely gonna top that.
Okay.
Okay, so what would you say about the introduction to the new characters? Mainly, I would say
Wait, the only new character is Black Panther.
Black Panther and Spider-Man.
New character.
Okay,
I just
but-
put up air quotes. Sorry, I forgot you guys can't see me.
But like, okay, so I mean, this is introduction. Plus, like, we're gonna have a plethora of bunch of superheroes. Like, this is essentially an Avengers movie, just
Yeah.
without.
Okay. So I want to say this on the record. So we've been talking about doing this podcast for a long time now, and I remember that when after Age of Ultron came out, I was telling Brandon like, oh, I have an idea for the podcast, and I want to put it out on air. That it's going to be Avengers East versus the Avengers West, which is basically
Oh
is now.
yes, I actually remember that.
So unfortunately, this podcast came too late for me to make that epic prediction. But Brandon can vouch for me. I called it.
That's true. I won't give him that much. He actually did call it.
So, but do you think they're going to bring in more heroes that we haven't even seen? Do you think they're going to bring in, like, I don't know, Miss Marvel just for kicks?
I definitely think so, because at this point, like, Marvel can do whatever they want. They always tell us like, no, we don't want to introduce new characters because we want to keep it grounded. At this point, at that point, I'm like, that's crap. Like, enough with the grounded stuff. Like, I understand like in the beginning when they're making the universe, like, we want to keep it grounded, we want to keep it realistic. But at this point, we've went into space with a raccoon and a tree. They fought a robot in a flying city.
Well, yeah, I mean, comic books are inherently
I know,
fictional, and they're supposed to be wacky and crazy, but I think that from a moviegoer's perspective, you have to be able to follow everything that's going on.
That's
And
true.
If you
No,
have
that's true.
50 different heroes, it's a lot harder to keep track of than 12.
But I mean, I guess so far, like, what I feel like Marvel's been doing is like making like they're kind of giving a test to the audience to see like, can you keep up with all these heroes? And what they've seen so far is like, yes, people will keep up with them. So I definitely think like probably not anywhere near, not probably until like Infinity War where we see like a huge mass of superheroes. But I can definitely see them coming.
I don't know. I mean, I would be cool if we got a couple surprises, but if they just threw like 20 new heroes at us, I think it would be a little overwhelming. Because how would you give enough screen time to everyone to make? Because there would be fans of Squirrel Girl, right? If she was in there, and people who like her, they would be like, "Oh, she didn't get enough screen time."
Wait, I have a question actually. Are the shows are connected to the movie universe, right?
The Daredevil,
Yeah.
and
because I know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is connected to
right.
the universe.
Yeah, so is Daredevil
And Jessica Jones.
Yeah,
Are they?
I mean, in Daredevil they reference the MCU. I don't know if Daredevil is going to tie into the movies though.
It might. You never know.
Yeah, if Daredevil showed up, I would definitely be okay with it.
So I think maybe that's like maybe another way to try to do it is like because I know there's gonna be like at least 10, not 10 more, but there have been talks for like 10 more like Netflix series Marvel characters.
10?
10 more.
God. Okay, well, I know this is a topic that a lot of people bring up, but do you think there's going to be a breaking point where people just say, I cannot care about all of these Marvel Comics properties, I just have to either...
I do feel like that might come eventually, but not for a while, because the way I see it is like this is like the thing people love all the time. There's like, I don't know, it's like this is the time for superheroes.
I mean...
I do feel like it's going to like get a lot, and I definitely think from this year, like as happy as I am, I love this year because so many movies are coming out and so many movies came out. I do unfortunately feel like that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon. What do you think?
I gotta be honest, I kind of feel like I'm being held hostage by Hollywood because they're making all these movies, and I feel like as a comic book fan, as just someone who is into general pop culture, that I need to see these movies, both because I think that I owe it to myself because I might enjoy it, and because I want to know what people are talking about when they say they did or didn't like the movie. I feel like I have to see it, even if I don't think it's going to look good. Like Batman versus Superman, which we're going to talk about more in a little bit. Honestly, I think that movie looks like hot garbage, but I'm going to go see it. I haven't bought my tickets yet, but I'm going to do it soon. I'm going to see it, even though I don't think I'm going to like it. And so I just feel like I said, like I feel like I'm being held hostage watching these movies.
That does make sense. Yeah. That does make sense.
So. Okay, now I got an important question for you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No. It's just
okay,
like, there's nothing important.
Do you know who Crossbones is? Because I do not.
Crossbones. I know very, very little about him. I'm actually surprised they were going to bring him into the movie.
He's from the comic books, though?
He's a comic book. No, he's a comic book character.
That's weird.
Believe it or not.
That's a deep cut, man.
Yeah. Why?
Why what?
Like, why is it deep cut?
Because, do you know what deep cut means? It's like a really obscure reference. It's just another one.
I feel like I should know this, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry we're doing this on the air, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, so if you learn anything from this podcast, deep cut means obscure reference.
Okay.
So, Crossbones, that's a deep cut. I don't know why. He looks cool, I guess. I don't know, he kind of looks like a weird Punisher.
Yeah, because of the way he looks, yeah, he kind of does. I don't know, also because I'm surprised they're using the same character from Winter Soldier, that one guy that always hunted Cap.
Bucky?
No, not that guy. The guy that fought Captain America in the elevator with like the two like electro thingies.
I thought he was dead.
No, he survived. He's just really, really burned up.
Oh, that's him?
That's him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
So they're bringing him back for Civil War.
Okay.
I don't know how big of a role he's going to get in.
Wait, is he like part of Hydra? I guess he would be, right?
I'm assuming because like he was like chasing Cap.
Okay.
I didn't finish Winter Soldier, so I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I got to the point where
Wait, have you seen Man of Steel?
yeah, I've seen Man of Steel.
Okay.
Oh, come on now, I'm not that like I don't live under a rock that much. Where did I stop at Winter Soldier? I think it was like the car chase scene with Nick Fury.
That's like the beginning.
Oh, was it?
Oh my, that's like not even an hour.
No. I take it back. When they're in the basement and they're talking to the one guy on the computer, and then the missile hits, and and then like Captain America walks out with like Black Widow in his arms, like patriotism.
You know what I was confused about? Was that supposed to be MODOK? I feel like that's what they were getting at.
The guy
they
in the
never,
computer?
yeah.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Because I know the character was actually a character from the comics.
Well, he was in the first movie too.
He was?
You never saw the first movie, did
No.
you? Oh my god. Yeah, he was in the first movie.
So maybe it was a reference to MODOK.
That's the vibe I got.
I will be honest, I hope they don't bring MODOK into the movies.
I feel like it's gonna happen.
It's going to be disgusting to look at.
What, an Abomination is in?
It wasn't that bad. MODOK is just like a flying face.
Oh, or what about the leader from the Incredible Hulk? That was creepy. When his his head and brain started.
Yeah, actually, I know what you're talking about. Ugh.
Good times.
Just anything but MODOK, please. I don't want a MODOK in live action. Who would play him?
Ooh, who would play MODOK?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, nah, maybe. Drew Carey.
Oh, alright. can't get the image in my head now.
You're welcome.
No. I can just hear him being sarcastic all the time. That's all I hear his character doing.
And Jim Carrey wouldn't.
He'd probably just be like, hey, and like really weird faces. It would probably be like just like Mask number 3 for him, I guess.
Well, I don't know. I mean, how much about MODOK? How much do you know about MODOK? Because most of what I know about MODOK is from the Superhero Squad show. Good show. You should check it out. It's
Yeah,
on
I was
Netflix.
surprised about that show. Actually, I actually liked it.
And also, he's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but I don't know if that really counts. And what else is he in?
He's a sucky character.
Yeah, that's very true. What else is he in? He's in Avengers Assemble. Have you watched that?
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, it's okay.
I heard it's like not as good as
Yeah.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Oh my god, I love that show. It is
I didn't finish
one
it,
of my
but
favorite cartoons.
I didn't finish
ever.
it, but it's actually
You have to watch
it's a
it.
really good show.
It's so good. If you haven't watched it out there, go watch it.
Bring it back along with Young Justice.
Oh, please, Young Justice season
It
3.
was awesome.
Wait, you've seen Young Justice?
I haven't watched all of it, but I've seen like a good chunk of it.
In case you guys haven't picked up on that, this is going to be a recurring theme of this podcast. Is
That
me getting annoyed at Brandon for not having seen things.
I don't know. I have a problem with that. Okay, I still haven't seen Titanic. You don't know how much flack I get about that. Or also like
Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio for winning
getting
an
an
Oscar.
You know how it's like Back to the Future Day, like
Yeah.
last semester.
You haven't seen Back to the
No,
Future?
I haven't seen Back to the Future.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you remember like it was on Twitter and people like were like bashing me so
yeah,
much?
I probably did.
You did. And then some people were like, "How are you even alive at this point?"
I mean, to be fair, those movies came out way before we were born.
True. Which to be fair, I do make that argument when I hear people who haven't seen Star Wars. I'm like, how are you alive at this point? Okay, so we talked about Civil War.
Yeah.
I think there was one other question I wanted to think about. So I don't see a happy ending to this movie.
Okay.
What do you think is gonna happen?
Honestly, I would love for Steve Rogers to die. I think that would be a perfect way to end it, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think that Chris Evans is way too ingrained in the Marvel fan base at this point. I know back in the day he had signed a 9-movie contract for Marvel, but contracts can be amended, I guess.
That's true.
But yeah.
And contracts don't tell you what's gonna happen. Like for all we know,
Yeah,
like
he could be like a flashback or something.
Oh yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so I think that would be a really fitting ending, but honestly, I don't think it's going to happen.
I heard that the movie is very like emotional wrecking, so that's the
So
only.
you think someone's going to die?
I think something as bad is gonna happen.
Okay, well, maybe they'll kill off a minor character.
Oh, like Quicksilver.
Spoiler alert.
You didn't see it coming. Too soon.
No, I don't care.
At this point, like in a couple of months, it's gonna be like a year to the date.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
No, I think let's see. They can't kill off Ant-Man because there's more Ant-Man movies coming.
I'm
unless
glad-
they went back to.
I'm glad they brought him to the
Hank
movie.
Pym.
Yeah. Well, he's really old though.
Vision can't really die because he's a robot. Scarlet Witch, I feel like they're gonna put them together, so I don't think she's gonna die.
Like in the middle of the
comic spoiler
like in the middle of the fight, like they just like
They
fall
just
in
kiss,
love.
yeah. Yeah, why not? I guess Bucky could die. I could see that happening.
What about Rhodey?
Okay, yeah, I could see that
Yeah.
happening.
To be
And
fair,
then-
maybe the trailer is like lying to us. I feel like
no, he's definitely not.
I
dead
feel like
in that scene.
I know, but it's like I don't know. Maybe something's gonna happen to Rhodey.
Maybe. And then what if they bring back who played him in the first movie?
Oh, Terrence Howard.
Yeah, what if they bring back Terrence Howard?
I don't know. I don't.
And they just don't acknowledge it.
Like what they did in Iron Man 2.
Yeah, exactly.
When I first saw that, I was really like bothered because because for me I was like, the guy who plays Rhodey in Iron Man 2. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name.
Don Cheadle.
How did I forget that?
It's okay. I don't know Terrence Howard. You don't know Don Cheadle. It all bounces.
I always but when Don Cheadle, I was like, what bothered me is like he didn't look like the comic book. So I was like, he looks nothing like Rhodey does in the comic book. They just got like another black guy to play him. And then I was like, is that because I love Don Cheadle's acting? He's a very, very good actor. But I was just like, they just get like a random like black guy just to play the character, and I was really bothered by that. But over the times, like I've really gotten to love him as Rhodey. And Terrence Howard, like
he does a good job.
I thought he did a good job in the first one, but I just heard about it because he just wanted more money apparently. So like if they did that, I'm like, no, don't do that. Because Terrence Howard, he already has Empire, and he's already working with like his own music industry. So all that's gonna happen is like
Captain Planet.
Oh yeah. So all that's gonna happen is Don Cheadle is Captain Planet.
That's what I said.
Oh no, I was talking about Terrence Howard.
Oh, my bad.
So Terrence Howard comes, like all he's gonna do is be talking about like how we gotta like sign this business record and like talk about how we can boost up sales while he's trying to fight with the Avengers. No, I hope Rhodey doesn't die.
Okay, well, what about Tony? What if he dies?
Sad day.
You don't think that could happen?
Not anytime soon.
That would be such a huge departure for the comic books, though, I feel like. But, on the other hand, you know, if they're not going to kill off Captain America, and we know that Robert Downey Jr. wants out of Iron Man, this could be a good way to do it.
I don't know if he wants out of it. He just feels like maybe it's time to go pretty soon.
I don't know. I guess we'll see in May.
My body's not ready. It really isn't. I'm gonna cry so much in the first scene. Just in the first scene, of like it's so beautiful. And by the time like everything happens, it's like I can't handle it. I'm sorry. I get very attached to movies.
I think everyone does. All right, so you want to transition into our next topic?
Yes, I do. So.
All right, we got a whiteboard behind us with a bunch of topics on it. So why don't you throw a dart?
Oh wait! Civil War was like the third topic we put on the whiteboard. But okay, let's go on to the next like big versus movie of 2016.
Well, technically, it's coming before.
Shut up.
Whoa.
Batman versus Superman. Now he referred to it as hot garbage.
You can quote me on that.
Please go more into depth into it.
Okay. First of all,
he brings up some really good points. I will admit he does bring up some pretty good points.
Yeah, well, if you would let me explain, they could make that decision for themselves.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm giving you acknowledgments.
First of all, I think it has Spider-Man 3 syndrome, where they're just bringing in too many people, not going to know what's going on. I mean, I guess you could kind of make that argument with Civil War, but I don't know. It's just, for some reason, it seems... Civil War seems cleaner than Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, because they already established a good chunk of the universe already. Yeah. They've had like how many years? Like 10 years at this point.
Has it been that long? Yeah, I guess it has. Yeah. Iron Man came out in 2005, right?
Yeah, when I was in middle school.
Oh man, I'm so old. Oh man. So yeah, I just think they're just bringing in too much at once. I personally think that DC sees how great Marvel is doing with its cinematic universe, and they just feel so behind. They need to catch up, and so they're just trying to throw things into this movie to try and get it to all work. And I think it just looks like an unorganized mess. Now, having said that, like I already said, I'm going to go see it, and my opinion could change radically after that comes out. But at the end of the day, we're just going to have to wait and see. I don't like the way Doomsday's character looks. It looks like a weird... Like, it looks like a Battletoad.
Have you seen... No, I think you were the one that posted on Twitter, like, he looks like a cave troll, right?
Yeah.
From Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that was me. But,
This boy's on Twitter all the time.
Yeah, we'll get to that at the end. Where was I?
Do you have, like, any hope at all for the movie?
I don't know. I think...
Like, if you had to put into percentage, like, what percentage of hope would you give this movie?
I have 20% hope.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to say 5. That's actually a lot more than I thought.
Yeah, I'm keeping my expectations low. I want to like it. I mean, anytime I go see a movie, I want to like it. It doesn't always work out that way, but, you know, I'm always hopeful. But I don't know. Lex Luthor's the way he's portraying the character just seems
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put it really good on Twitter. I worded it very well on Twitter.
I wanted Heisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Say my name.
This is the Superman.
Have you seen the Jimmy Kimmel?
No, video? I haven't seen it.
My gosh,
but I heard
it was so.
I heard it was
it's
really
hilarious. Okay,
Let me ask
listeners,
you-
if you haven't seen it, pause right now, go watch it,
Yeah.
and then come back and listen because it's really funny.
Now, are you happy, besides what you've said about Lex Luthor, are you satisfied with the rest of the casting?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm still holding out reservation for Ben Affleck. I'm definitely not as negative as other people. I think he has the potential to do it. I really like I really like Ben Affleck as an actor. I think he's had a lot of really good roles, Daredevil excluded. Yeah, so I'm still holding out to see how that is. Henry Cavill he does a pretty good job, I guess.
Did you like Man of Steel?
No, not at all.
What?
I just thought that movie. Okay, real quick tangent here. I thought Man of Steel had horrible pacing problems.
Oh my gosh. Okay, keep going.
The story was just not my thing.
Okay, fair enough.
I think its only redeeming quality was Amy Adams.
That was redeeming quality. Amy Adams.
Yeah, I like Amy Adams.
Oh, she's a good actress. I'll give you that.
Well, she's also beautiful. But yeah, I think that's. Yeah, I didn't like Man of Steel.
Oh my god. I didn't know. I thought you actually liked Man of Steel.
Nope.
How are we friends?
I don't know.
That's actually a really good question. How are we friends? I
We
love.
already explained that at the beginning of the podcast.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Even then, it doesn't make sense. I loved Man of Steel. I thought it was like probably.
It was the best movie in the DC animated or not animated, the DC cinematic universe.
The first movie of the DC. Cinematic universe. See, look what you did to me. Damn it. I don't know. I just really liked it.
Wait, that reminds me.
What?
The DC animated universe, that is the bomb.
It's on point. I'll give you that one. That is on. Although,
Okay, see, here's
recently though, I haven't been that satisfied with their movie.
Wait, which was the last one you watched?
Son of Batman.
Son of Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because I've seen like bits and pieces of like some of the other ones, but I haven't really watched them from beginning to end.
I'm really looking forward to Teen Titans versus Justice League. That sounds like it's gonna be awesome.
It sounds like it. I don't know.
I think as long as Damian Wayne is gonna be it, I'm never gonna be able to love it as much as some of the other movies.
That's
but
true.
shout out to the Flashpoint Paradox.
You know, at first I didn't like the Flashpoint Paradox that much because I thought they're just trying to rely too much on the violent part of it just to get their point across.
That was the best part.
Yeah, I thought so, but I was just thinking like they're kind of overdoing it at this point because like it was like I don't know. For me at that point, it was like it's kind of unnecessary. But looking back, I'm like I really like it now.
Okay,
But my favorite animated movie is Justice League Doom.
that's a good one.
Yeah, because it's Batman all the way.
Okay.
You know he gets. I won't spoil it for you guys.
All right. Well, let's backtrack here a little bit and talk
Okay.
about Batman versus Superman. So, are you Team Batman or Team Superman?
You know, for the movie, are we talking about for the movie or for anything else?
Both.
Because most of the time, I'm Team Batman,
Okay.
and I'm going to just have to stick with my gut because I love Batman so much. But if we're going through the movie side, I'm actually rooting for Superman in the movie
Okay. Why is that?
because, like, yeah, he destroyed most of Metropolis, but he had to save the planet. He didn't mean for all those deaths to happen.
Sure.
If you remember, he was like on the other side of the world fighting the other machine. It was like, and then it just spread out tentacles and it started fighting him for some reason. So
No,
he
I
didn't.
don't remember.
He didn't ask to be brought to this planet. If anything, we should be blaming Russell Crowe for sending him to Earth. Okay, he could have just stayed on Krypton, but no, because he had to be the last son of Krypton, so he got sent.
Except he wasn't, because Zod is still around. Spoiler alert. That
Okay.
was probably in the trailers, right?
Yeah, it was in the
Never mind. I rescind my spoilers.
But I mean, I don't know. This is actually the thing I liked. I'm liking about Batman vs Superman is because it's showing you like the consequences of their actions, which I actually really like it both about Batman vs Superman and Captain America: Civil War. Is like it's showing you the consequences of the actions of the heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So they like it's not showing them like I'm a hero and I can do whatever I want. It's implications to what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that with like Superman. Like Superman's going on trial like in this movie, and I don't know. Maybe because I just feel bad for him because he didn't mean for this to happen, and he just unwittingly killed a good chunk of the city.
Caused billions of dollars in property damage.
Bruce Wayne can pay for that.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Are you? Which one are you?
Definitely Team Batman.
Definitely Team Batman.
Always Team Batman.
I have to give you that. That's true. And plus, he has like the bat armor in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Sweet, sweet Christmas. Like when I first saw him, he's like, "Tell me, do you bleed?" I was like, "Oh my god." Speaking of, do you like his voice in the trailer?
Yeah,
Well,
sure, why not?
I mean, it's okay. I like Christian Bale as Batman. I really love the Dark Knight trilogy. It's just sometimes the voice made me laugh when he's like, like it's the boy like you got like really
Swear to me.
See, that one was okay, but so like when he was asking Bane like where the trigger was, like he got like, really nasally at some point, and so to me it sounded like an angry Squidward. So it took me out of the movie, which sucked because it was like the epic fight between Batman and Bane, and then I was like, he's like, when he's talking to Bane.
Confession time. I've only seen The Dark Knight Rises one time on opening night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is weird because The Dark Knight is my second favorite movie of all time.
It's a pretty good movie.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
But I don't know. I have from the beginning when I heard about Ben Affleck, I had faith in him, and now I see him as like
Yeah, I never really got all the backlash about Ben Affleck.
it's because us comic book nerds were like the biggest, most pickiest people on earth.
Yeah, there's
like,
a lot of hate
we will
out there.
like nitpick every single thing. Because I know Henry Cavill, he got a lot of flack for that too, and I was like, he looks like Superman. What more could you want from him? He's tall, he's buff.
He's British.
Oh yeah, he is British. You've noticed that like, a lot of superheroes nowadays are British.
Yeah, I read an article about that. It's
Let's see, there was like Andrew Garfield,
Yep.
Henry Cavill.
Yep.
Who else? I'm trying to think. Almost like every
Paul Bettany, Vision.
yeah, Paul Bettany. Almost everybody in Thor.
Whoa. Chris Hemsworth is Australian.
Idris Elba.
Oh yeah.
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Hopkins.
What? Okay, give me a break, all right?
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Well, yeah, but they're like supposed to be British. They're not. Like
Why is
Americans.
it supposed to be British?
I don't know because they're Asgardian.
They're supposed to be Nordic. They're supposed to sound like the Swedish
Okay.
chef. Let's see, who else? I was gonna say Gwyneth Paltrow for some reason, but I forgot she's not British. Her ex-husband was British.
Yep.
Still not over that. Shame on you, Gwyneth. Just a bunch of people, okay?
Yeah, it's a British takeover.
Why don't you just take our superheroes now, England?
Captain Britain. New movie coming 2021.
Isn't that an actual character?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
There's an episode of the Superhero Squad where Captain America recruits Wolverine for his like Captain Army. There's like Captain Britain and Captain Brazil and like a bunch of other ones, and Wolverine becomes Captain Canada.
Oh yeah, in case you guys didn't know, Wolverine actually is Canadian. A lot of people don't know that.
Who doesn't know that?
A lot of people don't know that.
I think you're making that up.
No, seriously.
Okay.
They think he's American. I'm serious.
Oh, Hugh Jackman, Australian.
Oh yeah, that thing. See? What's
Yes, Hugh Jackman.
You know when you mentioned that whole
James
thing
McAvoy.
Oh yeah, the whole thing with the Captain Squad. You've seen Batman Brave and Bold, right?
Yeah, I love that show.
Did you ever like see the episode? Where, like,
Batman of All Nations.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I really like the quirky. Like I'm really down for like the darker side, but I also like the quirkier side of like the superheroes. It's
Yeah,
really, it's
okay.
really funny.
Batman Brave and the Bold, another awesome cartoon. Definitely highly recommend it. It's also on Netflix, so if you don't have Netflix, I feel sorry for you.
Or bum off another person. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
Me too.
Nice.
I don't know if you can hear that. That was a fist bump.
So anything else you want to talk about Batman vs Superman? Like closing comments?
Khal Drogo as Aquaman. Honestly, still not sold. I think he
Oh,
looks
that's
like
right.
he just looks like a weird, like, Caribbean version of Aquaman. And
I was very
just,
surprised about
I
that.
don't know how I feel about it. Like, I love Khal Drogo, even though. Never mind, I'm not going to spoil Game of Thrones. Another awesome show. Go watch Game of Thrones. If you're under the age of 18, maybe stay away. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about him as Aquaman. And we haven't seen him in any of the trailers, so I don't really have anything to base on.
That's
so,
true.
Again, I'm just going to have to see how it goes.
Like I like the wild cards they're playing. I just think it's a little risky, but sometimes risky pulls off.
That's true. That's true. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy. That was pretty risky.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about like when I first heard about the movie. I was like, I have no idea what this is. This could not be real. And then it's like it became like one of the best movies of the summer.
Yep.
I am Groot. I still love it.
No, Brandon. We are Groot.
We are. But
Spoiler
now that I've finally seen Parks and Recreation, I can now see that white people were like very confused about seeing Andy like really fit and why he was doing all this in space. Because I hadn't seen Parks and Recreation. Now I understand it.
Shout outs to Parks and Rec. Go watch that
That's
too.
one of the best shows ever. Wait, you've seen most of it, right?
I've seen all of it.
Oh, do you remember like when he got really skinny? And like,
yeah.
And they were asking like, how did you get so skinny so fast?
Stop drinking beer.
Yeah, and he's like, he lost like 50 pounds in a month. Well, that's how much beer he was drinking. I love that show. Okay, so now we're going to do a transition. Now we're going to do a little bit of a review of a movie.
Whoa.
I know, right?
New territory.
Deadpool.
All right. Who wants to go first?
You go first.
Me go first.
Yes.
Okay.
Deadpool. Me go first.
Yes, me go first. Me, Alex. Me speak good. Yeah, Deadpool was really, really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought, when they first announced it, I was like, I thought it was going to be good because they really had nothing to lose, just because that's the way Deadpool is. He's wacky, he does whatever he wants, and they really lived up to what they promised, what Deadpool is in the comic books, and it just paid off amazingly.
I have to say, like, the marketing for the movie was
for sure,
definitely one of the best marketing things they've done. Like, Ryan Reynolds really, really invested into the character and the franchise.
Yeah, did you see they released a new trailer?
For
the movie today,
and then just like. They're still doing it. The movie like already came out like a couple of weeks ago, and he's still like on board with it, which I don't know. I'm glad he's having a lot of fun. You can tell he's having fun with the character.
Yeah, you don't think he was having fun when he was Green Lantern?
I haven't seen it. You know what?
I'm not gonna hold that.
You know what I found out? The guy who plays Jango Fett was in the movie.
Who's who?
He's Abin Sur.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like I was just watching Clone Wars one day, and then like I thought like I really liked Tamara Morrison. I looked up, he's like he was in Green Lantern. He gave Hal Jordan the ring.
There you go.
Yeah. But I really like Deadpool too. I when I said like I didn't know what to expect from it, I was not because I didn't have expectations. I didn't know, like they showed the same scenes in the trailer, but they didn't really give too much of the story, which I liked. And what I liked about it is like they focused a good portion of like on Wade Wilson before he was Deadpool.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like anything like really touchy feely about like oh this is his origin story and like how you feel about him. They just showed him like where he was and like what happened. Did they explain how he got cancer though?
Why do you need to explain how you get cancer? People just have cancer.
But he had like major cancer all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, stuff happens.
Yeah. Also, I found out in the backstory of the origin story, like, there was a lot of sex. It was just, like, one giant montage of it. And I'm not a prune. I'm actually, like, okay with that stuff.
You're not a prune?
Yeah, you haven't heard that story?
It's prude.
No, I've still heard prune, too.
No,
no.
Prune
yeah, I know. I've heard prune, too.
No, that's definitely not.
No, I've heard the same.
No, that's definitely...
Anyways, I'm not a prude. If Alex is going to say, no, trust me, I've heard the same prune, too. But I'm not a prude, but... Look, I didn't get that much sleep last night. I'm very tired. Anyways, but it was a lot of stuff. So there were some points where I was like just looking at the floor because I was like, I can't watch this. And it wasn't that explicit. It was just like, it just made me uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah, it was weird.
I do like the violence in the movie though.
Yeah.
On point.
It definitely. I think the R rating. I think of any movie deserves an R, or not deserves. Well, yeah, it deserved the R rating. But I think if any movie should have aimed to get an R rating, it was definitely Deadpool.
Yeah, actually, they just showed now, like, superhero movies can be rated R, and they can be good. And you know who also think was also, like, deserves a little bit more, like, attention? Colossus. I loved Colossus in this movie.
Yeah, he did a good job.
And what I liked about it is, like, he just stayed in metal form the whole time. I don't know why, but that just, like, made it so much more funny for me.
Well, because when he was eating...
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. When he was eating the cereal...
And he was like, oh, Deadpool. And like he was like the movie's Captain America. Like he was like, like, Negasonic, did you eat breakfast already? It's like it's the most important part of the day. Have a protein bar.
Yeah, wait, can we talk about what is it? Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. What was that about? She's not in the comic book.
She is in the comics.
That's her name?
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Okay, because I remember I was at work the other day and I was like thinking about it. I was like, wait, is she in the comic books? And I need to look this up. And then I didn't.
Yeah, she's in the comics. She's not the same. They changed her for the movie, and I think they changed it for the better. Because in the movie, the comics, she just has telekinesis, and that's really about the major thing. But in the movie, if you've seen it, like she has like the power to basically turn into a warhead. She like surrounds herself in energy, and she just like launches herself.
Okay, because in the X-Men Evolution comic or cartoon, did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay, there was another character named Cannonball, he's also in the comic books. That's what she reminded me of. I thought they kind of just ripped that off and then changed it for the movie, but...
To be fair, though, like a lot of the X-Men do share the same powers.
Like who? I mean, besides the Professor and Jean
and
Grey.
Like a bunch of other people who have like telekinesis.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Which I want to say is like half the mutant population.
Who else?
I don't know. I'm sure like there are other people.
I mean, okay.
Do you know how many?
Magneto
you know how many X-Men there are?
His kids.
Oh yeah.
Or one kid, right? Just the one.
No, they're both his kids.
No. Polaris. She has the magnetism powers.
Yeah. Wait, what about Quicksilver?
Well, no, but they don't have his power. Never mind.
Oh, so you mean like direct powers? Like
yeah.
Okay, I thought because like Magneto has more kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
no, I knew that.
I don't know. Just trust me on this, all right? Just trust me. That's why like whenever like they lose one X-Men, they can replace him with somebody with the same power. Like in Days of Future Past, that one guy that was basically the Human Torch. I'm sure we can find another guy.
Sunspot.
Yeah, Sunspot. I'm sure we can find another guy who can light up and
the Human Torch.
Yeah, see, not that hard.
You want to talk about Apocalypse?
Yeah, this is a good thing to go into Apocalypse. Let's talk about Apocalypse.
I guess we're done with Deadpool. Deadpool is awesome.
Yeah, but Deadpool is great. If you're not a prune, go watch it. Okay, Apocalypse. You want to start or Mr.
You go.
Me go. Yeah. So
Shout
Apocalypse.
Kim Possible.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to say I'm not excited for Apocalypse, but I just don't feel as like hyped up as I have been for maybe the other movies. Because when I saw it, I'm like, yay! Because they bring Apocalypse finally, which I think is probably one of the best X-Men villains. But I just have not been that hyped up for it. I don't know why.
Yeah, so we were talking about this before we started recording. I think they just haven't been doing a lot of marketing for it. I think, in theory, I think it looks like a pretty good movie. They're bringing the Four Horsemen, which is cool.
Yeah. I will say this, from the trailer that I got, I can tell that Apocalypse is not going to be a joke, that he's actually going to be a pretty good...
When was Apocalypse ever a joke?
Huh?
When was he ever a joke? He's one of their biggest villains.
Well, he won't be a cop-out. Hopefully. I don't know. They just they don't underplay him in the trailer. You get the feeling this guy is the real deal, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so how do you feel about Oscar Isaac being a bad guy?
I have no problem with that, actually. I'm glad, because I haven't heard about Oscar Isaac until 2015.
Yeah, me neither.
So, when he was, I heard he was going to be Apocalypse, and then I found out he's going to be in Star Wars. I was like, huh? And then I found out he was in Deus Ex.
Yeah, I was listening.
Oh, no, not Deus Ex, Ex Machina. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm just thinking about the phrase. But he's in Ex Machina. He's been also in a bunch of other movies, too.
I was listening to a podcast, and they just, casually mentioned that Oscar Isaac was the guy from Ex Machina. And I was just... My mind was blown. I was like, holy crap, you're right. because I saw it before Star Wars, and I never would have put it together.
That it was that's him.
Yeah,
Because like what I like
and
about
he
it
was
is
really good in that movie.
it's he's you can tell he's changing characters. Like who he is in Ex Machina isn't the same as he is in Star Wars as Poe.
Yeah,
And because in Poe, like he's like this like
happy-go-lucky.
yeah, and like now he's went from Ex Machina. He's like this like really like how would you describe this
Scary.
character? Yeah. And then now he's going to Apocalypse. Who's like
Wait,
this,
you've
like
seen Ex Machina?
I haven't finished it. I've seen a good part. It's really good though. I love it.
What?
I'm busy. Okay, I'm a student. I have 4 jobs. I'm gonna have 5 jobs pretty soon.
Congratulations.
I'm not happy about that. But I'm happy that he's cast as Apocalypse. I think he's gonna do a good job because I like the design. Believe it or not, I actually one of the few people who liked his design. I like the way he speaks. I know people were expecting him like Apocalypse to sound like how he did in the cartoons when he had like that really weird like gargling sound. But I'm excited for him as Apocalypse. I think everybody's gonna do a good job acting wise. The visuals look good. I just feels like they were like doing a little bit too much CGI. And what I have nothing against CGI. I love CGI, but I'm a big fan of practical effects. So I always like it when people like mesh them together. Like if they can use as many practical effects as they can, go for it, and then leave the rest of CGI. So when I see like in the trailer like there's just so much CGI, like everything just floating around, I'm pretty sure people are just like floating up by strings. Sorry. When Age of Ultron came out, and then he was like, "There are no strings on me." That was just a big thing like between Alex and I. So every time we heard puppets, strings, or anything that had to do with puppets or strings, we just like either like message each other or would like talk to each other. And yeah, even to this day, it's been a thing with us. So like, actually like from one of my classes, I had to make a puppet. And then I was like, oh my gosh. And then so I was like moving the puppet like Ultron. I was like,
I really want to see someone put on like a stage production of Age of Ultron with all puppets.
I would totally see that. But I mean, do you have anything else you want to say about Apocalypse?
I think it's gonna be weird to see Magneto as one of the Horsemen, just because I mean, as far as I know, he's never been one of the 4 Horsemen.
In the cartoon, he was.
When?
Evolution.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. Well, I take it back then. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting.
I think it'll be enjoyable to watch.
Yeah,
you can watch it.
Yeah,
I hope it lives past our expectations, but I don't know.
So we'll definitely see that, and we'll let you guys know what we think about it. But that's several months from now. So
when is it coming out? I forgot.
Late May.
That's true. True. Okay, so what else do we have on our whiteboard? So last movie topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suicide Squad.
You want to go for it?
Yeah, Suicide Squad. I'm pretty down on. I'm gonna be honest. Assault on Arkham. It's another DC animated universe.
I haven't
movie.
finished watching that one yet.
Super good. After Flashpoint Paradox, my second favorite animated DC movie. So I highly recommend that. And
plus it seems like Kevin Conroy comes back as
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah. Oh man, I was so happy when that happened. But yeah. So that's what I'm comparing the movie to, and I just don't like where it's going. I think that Will Smith is going to be Will Smith and not Deadshot.
What do you mean by Will Smith? Like,
okay, so
he's just playing the character. He's not actually the character. Is that what you're saying?
Right. So my roommate Armando, he was telling me the other day when we were talking about it. He's like, if you think about it, whenever Will Smith acts, what did he say? He's like, Will Smith doesn't act. He just is Will Smith in every movie he's in. Which isn't always a bad thing, because Will Smith I think he can do a good job, depending on the role. But I don't think that Deadshot's character was right for him. Now, I'm not a casting director. I don't know who I would have cast. That's probably a segment we'll do at some future point, who we think could have been cast better and who we would have cast. But that's, a topic for another time. But
let me ask you something also. Because, this is a race change, actually, because in the comics, Deadshot is white, and then they have Will Smith, who's an African-American actor. Do you understand the whole, like, I guess, quote-unquote controversy about this? Because to me, it's not a big deal. To me, I just, like, feel like it was a little bit of an odd choice because, like, you're changing the race of the character, but it was for the sake of the story.
Do you mean the controversy just in this one movie? Or
no,
in
it's a big thing in general. Like, we'll just focus on superhero movies because that whole thing is a whole nother topic. But, like, I know for a lot of times, like, whenever they change the race of a character, there's always controversy. Like, with Michael B. Jordan for Human Torch, Idris Elba in Thor, the fact he was like a black Nordic god, people were just really off put by that.
Yeah, I think in general I don't have a problem with it. I liked Heimdall, I liked Idris Elba. I thought he did a really good job.
Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you. Somebody told me I sounded like Heimdall for some reason. Like, this guy came up to me at work. He was like trying to sell me something. He's like, you know who you sound like? You sound exactly like the black guy from Thor. I'm like, there's only one black guy in Thor. I was like, you talking about Heimdall? I was like, yeah. I was like, he wanted me to say, like, you know, like whatever Heimdall says, like, nothing goes past me without being unseen or blah blah blah. Sorry, I had to tell that. It was really funny.
Yeah, and I haven't seen the new Fantastic Four movie, so I can't really make a judgment about that, other than the fact that I don't know how his sister is white. Do you know? Have you seen it?
No, but their father is black.
No, I know that.
So I think like maybe like
she's adopted.
Maybe, or like she was like I don't know.
Okay, well, I guess we'll probably have to watch that and then let you guys know the story behind that. Or you've probably already seen it yourself, or you haven't because it was a terrible movie.
Do you like the characters they have for Suicide Squad? Like everybody who's on the squad? Squad.
A lot of them I don't really know. Like the fire guy, what's his name?
Yeah, actually, that was the first I heard about him.
I don't know who that is. And then the Enchantress, right?
I know about her. I actually know about her. I'm surprised they actually brought her so early.
Yeah, and then Captain Boomerang, he's pretty cool. Killer Croc, that's right. Or is it King Shark?
No, it's Killer Croc.
Okay.
Which I really like how they make Killer Croc. He's not too like monsterish, but he's like just enough monsterish, but he's still humanoid, so you can tell like he's just like, I don't know. I just really, yeah. Do you know funny fun fact? This isn't the actor who plays him. This isn't his first comic book role. He was in Thor: The Dark World. He was the really big guy. What's his name? Curse.
Okay.
Yeah. So he played that character.
Fun fact: I've only seen Thor: The Dark World one time when I saw it in theaters.
But yeah, so he came back as Killer Croc.
Okay.
And then of course we can't forget about Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Harley Quinn in this movie. That line in the trailer, like the last line in the trailer when she breaks the thing and steals the necklace, and she's like, "It's bad guys, what we do." That's just like, that's such a like bad line. Just like
the way she delivered it, or just like the bad line.
No, it's just a stupid thing to say. I don't know.
I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that. I was sold on it, but I can see where you're coming from with that.
Again, I'm gonna go see the movie. I might like it. I don't know, but from what I've seen so far, it's just not something that I'm really looking forward to.
From what I heard, Batman's gonna come in it too.
I mean, that would make sense. I would be surprised if he didn't. But yeah, I was. I don't know. Between Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad,
not a lot of hope for you, see.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm just gonna stick to the animated movies. But we'll just see how that shakes out.
I guess so. So.
Oh, also, Amanda Waller.
Oh gosh.
Not fat enough.
No, that's messed. No, what?
Not fat enough.
You wanted like the really, really fat, like from the cartoon.
Jabba the Hutt like Amanda Waller. That's what I want.
What's wrong with Viola Davis?
I think Oprah should have played.
Why? Why Oprah? What are you trying to say?
That was a joke. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend all you Oprah lovers out there.
Weight Watchers, man.
So you like Viola Davis? That's her name?
I actually haven't seen like a whole movie with her, but I've seen like segments of her. She was in like The Help, and she's in How to Get Away with Murder. So she's a really, really good actress.
Okay.
So she can pull it up. Because I know...
well, then she should have worn a fat
suit. Oh my gosh, Alex, why do you want to... Wait, doesn't she have a nickname? Amanda Waller?
The Wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you want her to be like a physical wall.
Yeah.
Ew. What do you think about the person who played Amanda Waller in Arrow?
Not fat enough.
I was surprised about who they picked.
Yeah, I don't know who she is. Is she like a well-known person?
She was in Spartacus.
Never seen it.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I knew her from. Both her and Manu Bennett were in Spartacus.
Okay.
And then they came on to Arrow.
Okay.
Have you caught up on Arrow? Because I've only seen the first 3 seasons.
I've watched up to the mid-season finale of this season.
Okay. Because the new season isn't on Netflix, so I'll have to wait until it comes on.
Yeah,
there.
it's
whatever.
Flash is way better than Arrow.
Flash is really, I love Flash so much.
Yeah, but we'll have a much longer discussion about that at some
Watch
future
Flash.
point. Yeah, definitely watch Flash. And have you seen Legends of Tomorrow yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Me neither.
I heard it was alright.
That's what I've been hearing. So, well, I think that's enough movie talk. We've been going on for a while.
What does it say? This is like how many?
An hour 10?
Is it? Oh, damn. See, look at us. We actually do have stuff to talk about.
Yeah, and we're not even done yet.
True.
Okay, so we're going to transition a little bit into some video game talk.
This one, Alex has a little bit more experience than I do, mostly because I'm just too poor to afford video games. I follow video games, though. I love video games. I'm a huge gamer. But this one, he's going to have a little bit more of, I guess, direction with.
Yeah. So, a little bit about my gaming experience. So, I'm a primarily Nintendo gamer. I have a Wii U and a 3DS.
Take that to all the PS4 and Xbox One people. You can have fun with Nintendo.
Yeah. So I like Nintendo. Maybe one day when I have more disposable income, I'll branch out into Sony. Screw Microsoft. But,
okay, I will have to disagree with you at that point, but it's
wait, you mean as a company or as the Xbox?
Both. I actually like Microsoft.
Okay. All right. I mean, to each their own.
You do you, bro.
Yeah. But I just wanted to talk about the Nintendo Direct a little bit.
So what is that?
Okay, so in case you all don't know, and I'll just talk to Brandon because apparently he doesn't know what a Nintendo Direct is. It's a like a press conference that they hold about once a quarter, where they just kind of talk about the games that they have coming up. They're usually about 45 minutes long, and there's some funny stuff that happens sometimes. This one I don't think had any skits in it, but there was in the one before this one there was this weird thing about this guy who's possessed by a yokai, which is like a ghost, and he ate a whole box of donuts. It was weird. I'll show you afterwards. But yeah, so the most recent Nintendo Direct, there was some good stuff. I have 2 copies of the new Legend of Zelda game because I had to have both of the amiibo. No, I only have one. Sorry, I take it back. I just have like a pile of packages sitting inside my room, and it's hard for me to keep track of all the stuff that I order. I have 1 copy of the new Twilight Princess HD game.
Are you serious?
What?
You have the new copy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have the Wii version too.
Dang, I didn't know it already came out.
Yeah, it came out last week.
So I'm not that far behind. Okay.
But yeah, the main thing I wanted to talk about was the new Kirby game that got announced, which was Kirby Planet Robobot. Now, the expression on Brandon's face is telling me that this is the first he's heard of it. So, why don't you look it up real quick while I tell the people? So yeah, I remember.
Well, I got like 3 messages.
Okay, Brandon's popular. In case you guys didn't know that.
No, they were all emails about bills. They want my money, not my friendship.
Okay, so Kirby, Planet Robobot. So I was watching the trailer, and they were like, new Kirby game. So I was like, okay, I like Kirby. This sounds like it'll be cool. And then they showed this new mech that he's going to be riding around in.
Ooh, yeah, this looks nice.
And I was like, oh, okay, new mech. All right, so there's going to be something new in the game. That seems pretty cool. And then they revealed that the mech can suck up enemies like Kirby and gain powers. And I was like, take my money right now. I am sold on this game. So that's what I had to say about Kirby Planet Robobot. I'm definitely excited. I'm a big fan of the Kirby games. I played Kirby's Return to Dreamland on the Wii Virtual Console late last year, and I had a really fun time with it. And I have so I just love Kirby games, and I think this one seems like it'll be cool. It's probably not going to do anything groundbreaking, but looking forward to it.
You know what? I think that's like a basis for a lot of Nintendo games, is that like they don't focus so much on doing. I won't say they don't focus on anything new, but they really like that the person who plays it has fun. Like, I really think they really focus on that, like, because, like I said, like a lot of times, like I would say, like most people who are always for like either PS4 or Xbox One, they always like go for the more like Call of Duty shooting game kind of things. Yeah. And so Nintendo kind of gets like not a bad rep, but like I feel left out a lot of times. And I'm looking at it right now. This game looks really fun. It's like you're Kirby and you're riding in a mech. What's not to love about that?
What else do you really need? So
ooh, it's gonna be like Pacific Rim Kirby style.
Yeah, so I don't think I have anything else to really say about that, but Brandon's watching the trailer for the game right now, so I'll keep talking. What else was in that Direct? I know that in the European version of the Direct, Shibata, who is the CEO of Nintendo of Europe, was dancing around to the Yokai song, and that was really ridiculous and also really hilarious. So good for him for pulling a Reggie and doing something really...
Pulling a Reggie?
Yeah, pulling a Reggie.
What does that mean?
His body is ready.
I've never heard that expression.
What?
Yeah, pulling a Reggie.
Oh my gosh.
I've never heard of that.
Well, I just made it up.
Oh, trademark.
But you know the "my body's ready" mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
okay.
one I know. I've never heard of like.
Well, no, because he just has like a lot of weird things like that. Okay.
Oh, I did.
You all don't care about that. Probably you're probably more culturally savvy than Brandon. And already know about Reggie's shenanigans. So yeah, I just thought that was really funny when Shibata did that.
I'm not that culturally ignorant. I don't keep up with it a lot of times.
He's in denial.
Most of like what I get nowadays from culture is through the internet. I won't lie. Like most of the files on my phone are memes. That's how I keep up with culture. Like literally, like Alex will like he can vouch for this. Like I have made memes of my friends. Like I will stalk them on Facebook, and I will turn them into memes.
This is true.
Like, you know the stickers on Facebook that you can send to people? I have a bunch of those of Alex. Like, I just made them into memes. So a lot of times, like, him and I just communicate by sending his picture to each other. And, like, it was so, like... And I know he likes it because he made one of the memes his profile picture for a good couple of months.
Yep, that is a true story.
It was a true story, wasn't it?
Yeah. All right, so I think now we're going to transition into a new segment, and I am springing this on Brandon live on air. He does not know what's about to happen.
I'm a little bit scared.
And then it's a segment that I'm going to call Fanfic Fights. So think Screw Attack's Death Battle.
I was going to say,
show,
like, isn't this just Death Battle?
But far less scientific, completely opinion-based. So...
you know who we go with this? Kevin. Kevin, our friend Kevin, he would always bring it up like in the middle of like nothing. He would be like, "So who would win, this person or this person?"
Yeah, actually, I stole this idea from him. I came up with the name of the segment. Okay. So, all right. So here's what's gonna happen.
Let's go.
So I have two characters. You're gonna pick one who would win. I'm gonna pick the other. We're gonna argue about it, and then we're gonna let the fans decide who won the argument. So for this week,
let's do it.
It is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat versus Ghost Rider from Ghost Rider.
Okay. I will go with Ghost Rider.
That's what I figured. All right.
Shut up.
It is. All right. Who would win? Why would Ghost Rider win?
Why would Ghost Rider win? Okay, so I feel very strongly that Ghost Rider would win. Because, first of all, he has the powers of hell at his disposal.
So does Scorpion.
Who's arguing right now? You and me. So right now, at that point, they would be okay, they're pretty evenly matched. They both have hell powers. They can both control fire. Magical fire, might I add. But I would have to say that Ghost Rider has the upper hand. I'll start off first with the penance stare. If y'all don't know, Ghost Rider, one of his like biggest powers is called the penance stare. So where he will look into the other person's eyes, and he will essentially paralyze them with like reflections on their sins. So think of it as like
Catholic guilt.
I was gonna say like like a really intense confession. It would be like after you leave, you go like oh Ghost Rider, forgive me for I have sinned. So he has that, and I'm pretty assuming that Scorpion is not the best person in the world.
Whoa, no, but I don't think he has a soul because he's
I know,
he's from
but
hell.
I'm just saying like maybe he could like acquire a soul like they did in the Ghost Rider movie.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, believe it or not, I've actually seen that movie.
Whoa.
So on top of that, he also has his magical chains and his fire and his motorcycle. So if he wanted, he could probably just like run over Scorpion.
Okay.
And not to mention that he's not the only Ghost Rider. He can call upon the power of like.
Whoa! We're talking about one Ghost
No,
Rider.
he can call upon the powers of the past Ghost Riders.
What? He's like the Avatar.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Okay.
He can call upon the powers of past Ghost Riders. I think it's either him or another comic book character from Hell that can do that. But I'm assuming that most comic book characters from Hell can call upon the past powers of the past predecessors.
That seems like a big assumption, but okay, I'll allow it.
And if all things go to like crap, he can like call on what's his name, Mephisto, for more help. And like, hey, Mephisto, you wanna help me out a little bit with this? And if that doesn't work, he can probably call on some of the Avengers to help him. Sure,
He's an Avenger.
He works with them sometimes.
Okay.
Just saying. He's worked.
Maybe in Marvel vs. Capcom.
He's worked with Deadpool before.
I believe it.
It didn't turn out. It wasn't a good ending. Okay, go for Scorpion.
Okay, so Scorpion. First of all, he's a far superior combatant to Ghost Rider in terms of hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, that's true.
He also has a magical chain in his spear blade.
So does Ghost Rider.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they would just throw it at each other.
I'm sure like the chains would just be like they would get into like a slap fight, go into a slap fight with the chains.
Yeah. Ghost Rider, he has superior mobility in terms of the motorcycle.
Okay.
Granted.
Yeah.
But Scorpion has the ability to teleport, so he wouldn't be able to get run over. He also has the power of hell behind him, and he is skilled with multiple weapons, not just one, like Ghost Rider is with his chain. And he would be immune to the effects of the penance stare because he's from hell, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a soul.
Okay. Fair enough.
Or, I'm sorry, not hell, the nether realm.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Same difference.
And he could beat Sub-Zero. So, I don't know what that has to do with Ghost Rider, but I'm just going to throw that out there.
You're just trying to get any more points that you can for your character?
Yeah, pretty much. So
I still think Ghost Rider would win. I still think he would win if he was able to. I'm pretty sure he beat Mephisto at some point. I don't know which one because there've been like 2 or 3 Ghost Riders, but we're just gonna go with Ghost Rider in general. And if he can defeat the devil, I'm sure he can take on Scorpion.
Maybe not.
Oh, okay, well, hopefully people will like rally behind me.
Hopefully they're right behind me.
And we'll forget about the movie version. We'll go with the comic book version.
Well, hey, the Mortal Kombat movie is not that great either.
How many? It wasn't just one. It was
2.
Yeah, I was like, I'm thinking about those movies. Why did you make me think about those movies? I want to forget those movies.
Wait, you mean Ghost Rider or Mortal Kombat?
Both. Both. I can't believe I actually remember the Mortal Kombat movies. And it's not like I had them; they were on TV.
Yeah.
Literally nothing was on TV at that point. I'm like, I'll watch it. And I know one character had robot arms, and they tore off the robot arms, and he still had regular arms underneath the robot arms. So like, they weren't even like robot arms; they're just like sleeves that he put over them. So like when he got torn off, I don't know why he reacted in pain. I was just like, that was it. I like that.
Good bad movies.
I like that segment. You know, okay, real quick. What is your favorite bad movie?
My favorite bad movie. Oh gosh.
Like when I say bad movies, that's not like you think that they did bad at the opposite or anything. They're just
Like,
really
objectively.
badly. Yeah, yes, objectively, they're bad movies. Like they have really bad acting or really bad direction or production, but for some reason you just have to watch it.
Oh man.
It's like your guilty pleasure.
Well, Birdemic comes to mind.
I actually know that movie.
Now, I don't know if I can call it a guilty pleasure because I've only seen it one time. But that's definitely a bad movie. I don't know. I try to avoid watching bad movies for the most part. Not to say that I haven't seen any. What else? What else can I think of? Twilight. That's a bad movie, but I don't enjoy that one, so I wouldn't.
I've actually seen the Twilight movies except for the very last one.
Oh, I've seen all of them. What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Mine is Batman and Robin.
That is a bad movie, and I do enjoy that movie.
And I like just because of the campiness, and because I saw it came out when I was like a real young kid, and I just didn't know any better. So I was like, this is such a cool movie. It's got Mr. Freeze, it's got Poison Ivy.
Hey Brandon, what killed the dinosaurs?
I don't know, Alex.
The Ice Age.
Literally, like whenever I watch it, I shouldn't laugh at this point because they've made so many memes about it, but it still gets me every time seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger do that. I think they should bring him like in the show Gotham. They should just bring him in.
No, they just brought in Mr. Freeze.
I know they should bring him. They should bring him in.
I'll
It's
just
like,
kill off the other
yeah,
guy.
and then bring him back. It's like, guess who kills off the other guy?
The Ice Age.
I don't know. For some reason, I have a really weird thing where I like to watch bad movies just because they're so bad. You just have to watch how bad they are. Like there was a room not the room. There was a movie called The Room.
Yeah.
With I forgot his name. The guy's name.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was like really bad, and it was just. When I say one of the worst movies I've seen, it's like literally one of the worst movies I've seen because there were so many moments where I kind of gave up on the movie and I just started like. I just laughed at the entire movie. Just like it wasn't even that funny. I just had to laugh.
Yeah, I've wanted to watch The Room for a long time, but I know that I need large quantities of alcohol to do it, and I'm poor, and I can't afford that. So one day I will watch it, and I will most likely get quite intoxicated doing so. So maybe I'll talk about that on a future episode of the podcast. What? What?
I don't know. I thought we had another segment, but do you think we're good for now?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think we have a pretty good amount of things for people to listen to.
Okay.
Some pretty good arguments, some pretty good discussion points. Hopefully they liked it for our first try.
Hopefully. All right, well, then let's wrap it up.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first of all, I need to tell you all that next time we really want to have a listener email segment. So set up an email for the podcast today. It is abcpodcast92@gmail.com.
Why are you laughing?
Now, I know you're all thinking, why not ABC Podcast? Well, sadly, it was already taken. And why 92? I was born in 1992. So, yeah, I know it's weird. I was not happy about it either. But that's the best we could do. So, please send us any questions, comments, suggestions. Tell us that Brandon has a weird sounding voice. Whatever you want to do, please send us an email. We will read it on the show, and we're looking forward to that.
Oh, you know it could be a segment? They
What?
send me things to say in my voice. Like they'll make me say like an infomercial and I'll have to say it into the microphone like really like seriously.
Welcome to Movie Phone. What movie do you want to see? Please press 9. Why don't you just tell me what movie you want to see? Oh man, that's probably my favorite episode of Seinfeld.
Oh, we should do a Seinfeld theme one of these days.
All right. No, okay,
We'll
write that one down. Okay.
Anything else you want to say? You want to leave them to social media? Or anything
Yeah,
like
I was getting there.
that? Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we are in the process of setting up a Twitter account for the podcast. Brandon's trying to get us some artwork to put up there. But in the meantime, you can follow us personally. My Twitter account is @AtariAlex. I mostly retweet me IRL and Funko and send stuff to my friends that I find funny.
Mostly me.
Yeah, but every once in a while I will tweet
Oh
my
man,
own
if
weird
you've seen like
stuff.
the things like he directs message me when we send each other, it's so bad. Man, I don't think we would have any more friends if they saw what we send each other.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, I'm trying to look at my Twitter name. It's a really, really weird Twitter name. It wasn't my idea. It's just okay. I didn't tell you guys this, but I'm actually I'm a, for lack of a better word, a half breed. Sorry, I was watching Harry Potter, so I'm half Mexican and I'm half Korean. And so my friend, like for my Twitter account, he put this as my Twitter account. It's called Mexico Coreano. I don't know. So it's spelled MEXICOUICOREAN. So basically, it's like a double meaning thing. So the Mexicui is like Korean for Mexican. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's like Korean for Mexican, and the Korean part, the last part, is Spanish for Korean. So it's just Mexican Korean. And that's really about it. And you guys can follow me on Instagram too. I'm also on there. My Instagram name is bpark121995. It's really unoriginal, but I do not care. And I'm also on Facebook as well too.
I also have an Instagram.
You do?
Yeah, you follow me.
I do?
I'm pretty sure.
Hold on.
Anyway, Instagram name is the same as my Twitter name, but I don't know why you would want to follow me on there because I pretty much never use it.
Yeah, actually, wait. You have 10. You do. What is Alex doing? I mean, what is Robin doing?
Trying to sleep. But yeah, that's pretty much it for our first show. We really, really hope you guys enjoyed it.
We had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun doing this.
I really doubt a lot of people are going to listen to this first one, but we're going to keep doing it because we're having a good time. So we will see you all next week for our second episode where we will talk about more nonsense
and nerd stuff.
Yeah, so have a good week.